Welcome back to AI News, where I read the news so you don't have to. And now we've got some interesting developments in generated images. So, I'm going to read this. AI, can you tell these photographs are artificial? So, whether it be artwork, literature, music, or photography, content created by artificial intelligence is on the rise. So advanced is the content being generated that it's becoming increasingly difficult to determine what is real and what is artificial. All of these images have been created using AI software on the website Night Cafe. None of the people depicted are real, and each picture has been generated by a text prompt. A text prompt can be something as simple as woman shouting or twins. There is a woman shouting. There is twins. The potential pitfalls of such content were recently demonstrated when German artist Boris Eldgesson entered this year's Sony World Photography Award with an AI generated image and won. I don't know if it's that one, I'm not sure. Mr. Eldgesson refused the award and stated he was just being a cheeky monkey to see if any of the judges knew or suspected that the image was AI generated. AI images and photography should not compete with each other in an award like this, he added. I might Google and see what the picture was actually. Elgerson AI image. Excuse me, please. I'm guessing it was this. So it looks like an old-fashioned. And then, if you saw my segment on my AI generated headshot, you'll know what I'm. You know what I'm talking about here. Right, let's go back to this. So, Night Cafe founder Angus Russell said 5 years ago people were saying AI would take over the boring jobs, but things that require creativity will be safe for a long time. But it's turned out the exact opposite. Creative jobs and knowledge-based work could be the earliest things to be replaced. It's not... Yeah, okay, some things, yes, but not all things. BBC News picture editor Phil Coombs said that while fake or manipulated images were nothing new, the growth of AI would produce some challenges. There are tools out there that can help us spot images that have been manipulated, he said. And these can help with AI too. But these are not foolproof, of course, and much still relies on close visual examination of the picture. Dr. David Gimmer is an associate professor of artificial... Dr. David Gimmer is an associated professor of innovation at Cardiff University's School of Journalism and is impressed by the hyperrealism of these images. Everything that you would expect of a good photography is there, he said. There's nothing in these images that could lead you to believe that they were generated in any other way. I'm wondering if there is anything I can spot that gives it away as AI. I mean, not really, because like people have different editing styles that could explain away certain things. The blurriness of the nose, it's like there's, was it like a really shallow depth of field? That's a photography thing. Dr. Gimmer thinks it is worth considering the potential ill-intentioned uses of AI imagery in journalism and factual content. We've sort of entered a territory where technology has raced ahead of policy frameworks, and that leaves us in very precarious positions, he said. It can be used for real maleficent purposes, and there may well have to be sanctions. Otherwise, how do you enforce people not to use it? Right, I'm not going to read the rest of it. The thing is, you could do crazy things with Photoshop. You still can do crazy things with Photoshop. You can do crazy things with filters on your face. But no one's coming out and saying, oh, you should regulate Photoshop. It's just it's just a quicker way of doing it. And yes, I know you have to have skill to use Photoshop. And all you've got to do is type something. But there we go. What I thought would be interesting is actually use it. So Night Cafe, it's using Stable Diffusion. So I think really what it's done is it's got pre-configured boundaries of the style that you're going to create, because sometimes that's a difficulty when you are generating images. Like putting in prompts to get a particular style can be difficult, so it looks like they've got this nailed down. I want to try artistic portrait, and I want to try alien wedding portrait. Have I spelled Oh, I've spelled alien wrong. That proves I'm not an alien, probably. Let's create an alien wedding portrait. Doing it. It's pretty cool. Let's take a look at this one. I suppose they're aliens, so you wouldn't know whether it is lifelike or not. Maybe that was a bad example. There is one I want to try though. I want to try this origami one. So I want to try Villa Park football ground. I wonder if that is gonna. It might be a bit much for it, because so Villa Park is where Aston Villa play their beautiful football at. Well, actually, so I mean, it doesn't look super origami-y. There's not. Where's the Holt end? Let's try a different. Let's try an easier one. Origami. Let's do a cheeky monkey, like in the article. I wonder how they are going to show that this monkey is in fact cheeky through the form of origami. That one's a cheeky one. That's I like that one. Look at that. That's cool. That is really cool. So I can't really think of any like practical use cases for this that's going to make our lives better, but it's cool nonetheless. Generative AI is coming on in leaps and bounds, and yes, it will be used in scary ways. We've got a presidential election coming up soon. The amount of generated AI stuff in that's going to just completely drive conversations and swing them in particular ways is going to be mind-blowing. So yes, we do need to be using AI in ethical ways, but I don't know if you can regulate something like this. If people can draw hyper-realistic things of anything they want, what are we going to regulate pencils? Probably not. I doubt it. Let me know in the comments, should we regulate pencils? And tune in at 3 p.m. for the final instalment of today's AI news.